What's up? This is Ghost Hunter 99 here. This is one of my first videos, the stand-up comedy material. Yeah, check out. You don't know who I am? Check out my introduction video, one before this, and this is my first bit. If you want to check out some other comedians, one comedian that I really recommend, I have it on YouTube channel, Christopher Titus, very funny comedian. So let's get started. I figured, what could I do for some stand-up material to try and get started? And then I figured, family stories. We all have family stories, whether they're about us, our parents, relatives, siblings. And I get most of the time when I get my family stories are from vacations. Almost every time I go on a vacation, we always come back with some kind of animal story. The two of my favorite ones. First one is about a camping trip in Yellowstone. That takes a turn for a pretty surprising curve. And the second one is about a beach in Florida. So let's get started with the first one. First one, to kind of set it up, we're at a campsite in Yellowstone National Park. This is the day before, well, night before. We were all sleeping in our van. We were gonna go camping, but our tent had a hole in it, and it rained, so we just all slept in the car. And mom and dad got out, picked everything up, threw the tent away, packed everything up, and we started leaving. Me and my brother were asleep during most of the beginning of this. So they were leaving, and then when they were about to leave, they realized they forgot the camping registration or something there at their campsite. So they went back, got it, and as they were leaving, they came across a elk. If I say deer, I mean elk, attacking a tent. So they stopped. They started watching. My mom woke me and my brother up. We got up, started watching, and my dad got out and started yelling at the elk, kind of waving his arms, trying to get the elk's attention away from the tent. Cause come to find out, there's people inside the tent, and the elk is attacking the tent, like going at it. It's like the elk in the tent were in a death battle, and the elk was fighting for its life. So as time passes, the elk keeps attacking it. My dad keeps trying to get its attention away, and other people start to wake up, kind of walk by, and try and help my dad. During all this, me and my brother are in the back videotaping it on our iPads. And my dad is yelling at the elk, and my mom is yelling at my dad to get back in the car. So my dad tries to figure out a way to get the elk's attention. So, and you remember the gun that he had just bought, but he can't use it because we're in a national park. So he looks around, picks up a rock, and throws it at the deer. I mean elk. Crap. It doesn't hit the elk, but it lands close enough for the elk to realize it, to nose it, and take its attention off the tent and focus it on my dad. The elk looks at my dad. My dad looks like the elk. My dad looks back at the car, see how far I would have to run, and Mom reached over and shut the door on him. Fortunately, the elk did not charge my dad. It just went back to attacking the tent, but it gave the people inside enough time to get out. It's about probably a newly engaged couple, newlyweds maybe, I don't remember. They just took off in opposite directions. The elk kept attacking the tent. It actually pulled out a sleeping bag. We got back in the car and just drove off. I'm assuming the elk stopped attacking it. And we have never been camping since. The second story is about when we were on a beach in Florida. I think it had rained earlier. I don't really remember, this was quite a few years ago. My little brother was only a baby. And we were on a beach. We were about the only ones on the beach. And I didn't like water at the time. I didn't like swimming, didn't like getting in the water. So I was standing on the beach. My mom was in the water with my brother, who was just a little baby, had him in her arms. My dad was just floating out on the waves in the water. And I point out and I noticed two black fins swimming by. So I point out the two black fins. My mom looks, my dad looks. They both look at the fins, and they look at each other, and then they kind of had this like, oh crap look on their face. So then they just start bolting and they bolted for the beach. My mom was running, and my dad ends up trampling over my mom, breaking her toe, and leaving her in the water, and getting back. And then when she gets back, kind of limping a little bit, with my little brother, he goes, "What took you so long?" And that is my two stories, animal experiences. you're new to my channel, please, if you're new to my channel, which everyone probably will be, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is my first video. Ghost Hunter out.